Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. 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 North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. 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 Raise it up.
Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. My name is Wyann. I also go by Y, and this is another episode of Raise It Up Y, the podcast. We are coming at you the final Thursday of July 2024. In an episode we are calling You Gotta Go to Know. I'll tell you where that comes from after we get into the episode, but a very, very brilliant woman gave me those words, and I felt like it was appropriate for where we're going today in this topic. So just be mindful of remembering that idea. You have got to go somewhere to know where you're going to be when you get there. You know, you don't know what you don't know till you know. All right. Not me dropping gems early in the pod. Okay, so my name is Wyann yet again. Thank you very much for being here, spending your non-refundable time and energy with me. I don't come alone. Team Y is in the building. At Onet_Ashe is right behind there, and off to the right of me, left of you, watching in a room you cannot see, is our girl at Cup of Sue. What it do? All these handles I give you is always for Instagram, just because, you know, I'm not young enough for the TikTok, but I'm not old enough for the Facebook. Respect. Also, at Boomer Did It is 100% in Compton, California. He does all of our sound, yarders all day, every day. Thankful for the team. I don't represent this space alone. I don't support this space alone. If you don't know, Raise It Up Wise, where OGs kick game to real ones only. We do that with non-corny positivity that happens in hip-hop culture from the West Coast to the world. When we say we raise things up, we are raising up specifically your self-awareness, your vibration, and your capacity for love, which is knowledge. And when I say capacity for love, which is knowledge, we are 100% focusing on that all 2024. If this is your first time watching on YouTube, thank you so much. If you are listening anywhere this podcast can be consumed, thankful for you. Look, I don't know, the positive and hopeful in me says, prayerfully, there will be a day where you're not only watching this on YouTube, because when contracts are signed and brand deals are created and partnerships are had, licensing will occur, and trust and believe. Talk to her if you talk to her at all nicely, because I have high hopes that this broadcast will end up in various spaces and not just on YouTube visually, at the very least, the podcast of my show. Love culture. Love culture is a bunch of diverse mofos literally all around the world that listen to and support this broadcast. Not only do they listen to and support this broadcast, these are folks who are supporters of Wyann Vaughn in all that she does, whether it's my music, my poetry, my teaching and edutaining and things like that. I want to always shout out love culture right here in the beginning. And if you don't know, if you're a listener of this pod and don't know whether you're a part of love culture or not, you don't know if you're a love, let me tell you the three things love culture kind of functions under, and you can kind of determine for yourself if you fall in with the folks or not. But number one, love culture grounds itself by listening to Raise It Up Y. We basically gain all of our insights. We use this space, the pod space, as a way to kind of regroup, keep a watering hole with us, and always stay flourishing and fulfilled and refreshed with new knowledge that gets kicked right here on the pod. So number one, we ground ourselves by listening to Raise It Up Why. Number two, we do good for no good reason on and offline. We love in REAL life, not REEL life solely. All right. And number three, we treat all red-blooded humans with love and respect. Exceptions are none. When you're in love culture, you don't have to wear your otherism like a badge of honor. So long as you align yourself with love, we see you. You are valid. You are validated. You are affirmed. You are enough. You have your own intrinsic worthiness, whether you're in love culture or not. However, when you're rocking with us and your authenticity is showing, or your value is showing, or your worthiness is showing, or your love is showing, that's enough to gain you the attention that sometimes marginalized groups only get in mainstream society when they cape for their otherism. No need in here, baby. We appreciate you. All right. All this in your intro, a lot of information. Let's get into some grounding. Every episode, we start with grounding. Grounding is a therapeutic technique that makes sure you're present wherever you go. And on this pod, it's no different. For those of you who know, I am a trained therapist who also educates and entertains, which I usually call edutainment. All that together is called being a therapeutic edutainer. And we ground when we start these pods just to make sure that you're here, body, mind, and soul, not just physically. So I invite you, close your eyes or keep them open. Do what you do. But I just invite you to take a moment to be here with me. Hear my voice. Feel your feet. Wiggle your toes. Touch your nose. And it's not deep. You're just doing that to recognize that you're presently here. Go ahead and breathe the breath in. Blow that breath out. Do that again. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. And just take a moment. Own this. This is a miracle you are living. It's called life. That you're breathing. You are winning just because you're participating in living this life. Just by spending this time with my voice right now, you're investing in your betterment. And I hope you sit with that and feel proud. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go up. Let's go up. First things first, I Papa freaks all the honeys, dummies, Playboy bunny. Okay, my bad. That's a hip hop reference, ladies and gentlemen. I felt like we didn't have enough hip hop in here yet. I haven't cussed yet, which is weird because we're like almost 10 minutes in, and it's like, just so you know, there's no corny positivity here, or rather, like Dr. Dre says, we don't do diet hip hop here. Everything we do is hella real. So if I feel it, I'll say it, and if I don't, I won't. It's easy and simple like that. But yeah, let me explain something real quick. You got to go to know. There's a group that was very closely associated with Prince. They are called The Revolution. They are made up of two beautiful women, Wendy and Lisa. And Wendy of The Revolution in 2017, we were recording the Polyseeds album with Terrace Martin in a popular studio in Los Angeles. And I encountered Wendy and we had just a dope talk out of nowhere. I was like, whoa, this is wild. Like you're a person. Like I know your work. I know how you sound. And I know people say that when they think of, my mom and the Emotions and touring with them, and then knowing Dad wrote Let's Groove and all that. Like, I get that people say that to me, but in my head, I'm like, nigga, with Prince though, like you understand me. So in the talk, Wendy and I discussed that I have a propensity to be a homebody. I love Los Angeles. I stay on the West Coast, which some would call, including myself, the best coast, respectfully to everybody, everywhere in the world. But I was telling Wendy, I love being home, but I recognize now that I'm not going elsewhere, not because of a preference for home, but more of a fear of being away from home. And she very thankfully told me about how she felt going back on the road after Prince had just passed away, not a full year ago at the time. It was coming up on a year ago. No, it had just been a year ago. In 2017, Prince had passed April 2016, and this conversation took place in the latter half of April 2017. So it had just been a year. And I told her, I says, man, I want to go and see other things and get new information. But I love being in LA. She said, listen, Prince passes. And I'm saying this kinder because if you know how Wendy from The Revolution talks, she's a fucking rocker. This is like, she's no holds barred, trust me. And she speaks from her, she doesn't speak from her heart. She speaks from her fucking gut. So I'm saying this very kindly as I paraphrase, but when Prince passed, I couldn't have ever known that here at my big age, whatever age she was at the time, there would be a large demand for fans around the world to want to see the Revolution tour the music that we made with Prince and ourselves again. She said, I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. But if there's anything I learned in this industry, you've got to go to know. You won't know what is on the other side of your fear, of your hopes and dreams, of your consistent work ethic, anything. You won't know what's on the other side of life if you don't venture over there. Go. And that's something by which I've lived for the shit. It's 2024, so the next 7 years and counting, I've lived by this, and now it's something I want to share with my podcast following and my listeners and love culture here. Listen, in this Douxadiddy that's coming up, for you guys who don't know, a Douxadiddy is when I share original music and art with you all. Sometimes it's poetry, sometimes it's singing. Today you'll get a combination of both. In this Douxadiddy, I'm going to big up one of my favorite people in the music industry. Her name is Amber Jean, or Amber Navran, if you follow her music career on Instagram or anywhere, really. She's a member of a group called Moonchild, and that's how I discovered her. She's exceptional. Ninth Wonder and Rhapsody introduced me to her music because it was being sampled in the Rhapsody album that I have the benefit and fortune of being Grammy nominated with Rhapsody on, called Layla's Wisdom, her debut Rock Nation album. And man, this woman connected with me at a time where I was having that feeling again, that I don't know if I'm fearing, I don't know if I love being where I'm at or if I'm fearing the discomfort of being away from where I'm at. I started to feel that way. I got in a comfort zone, in a groove, if you will, doing this edutainment, this therapeutic edutainment here. As long as I've been an adult, I've been an educator since literally 18 years old. A couple months after I graduated high school, I started mentoring and teaching in high schools as a volunteer. So I've known education as long as I've been in school and out of school. You go to school when you're what? I went to preschool, so 3 and 4 years old. I've known education my entire life. I could sing before I can talk. So I could sing before I could talk. So I've known entertainment and music my entire life as well. So both of these things are very near and dear to me. And recently I realized I've discovered a comfort zone in speaking and maybe even hiding behind my big personality and my dope platform and my awesome followers and listeners and love culture. And I think I got a sense of, I don't know, I got a little gnawing internal voice that said, are you doing what you're called to be doing, or are you hiding in plain sight from yourself? Again, for any of my light workers out there, for any of love culture that I get the benefit of serving as a mentor in my personal peer mentorship, professional peer mentorship groups. These are called Light Works, LYGHT Works, where we get together and kind of like therapeutically dig in some of the content that's presented here on this podcast. I'm trying to tell you guys, when you're doing the work, you realize, oh shit, I got to be accountable in this growing too. And in this Douxadiddy, ironically, Amber last week breaking the fourth wall at 7-Eleven. Today I feel lucky, so I'm gonna be this transparent and honest. Amber hits me and says, "Yo, do you wanna like jam together on the 4th? On the 4th of July? You want me to sing with you? Yeah. And I want you to be on this song called Lesson Learned." Talk about learning lessons. If you don't put yourself in your own classroom sometimes, which in my world is my journal. I am a front row student in my own classroom because I journal every morning and discover things about myself that, again, could be hiding in plain sight. And I had some dope discussion with Amber, and she is like, yo, how ironic is that? She took me out for my birthday on her husband's birthday. He was out of town, about to come back in. This was April 18th this year. You want to know why that was important today? It was the day we taped April's episode. Remember, I was speeding through everything to get out? It was to go meet her. Okay, so this is kind of freaky at this point, because it was that day, as I'm starting my 42nd year of life, she asks me all these questions over dinner about myself that normally only I ask myself in my journal. Maybe TJ and I have these conversations, my fiance, for any new listeners. Maybe he and I have these conversations, but she got all up in my shit in real life over food. So my defenses were down. She was like, yeah, so what's new? How are you showing up to 42 differently than you showed up to 41? Like she put it out, and I was like, huh. And I just did a whole podcast episode. I thought I was like a whole like bar and shit. No, Wyann, you have work to do. And my lesson was learned. And funnily, out of all the people she worked with, she created this song, Lesson Learned, for a Terrace Martin project that has yet to come out. But she started performing it. So I said, shit, I might as well give me a little scrape up off of it. No, I'm messing with y'all. But I wanted to give you guys in this Douxadiddy, again, I just thought it was important for you all to hear about these lessons, because it's all you got to go to know is a lesson learned. Being with someone who doesn't just work alongside you in the music industry, but who sees you and deeply supports you in the music industry. Lesson learned, because it's rare. And if you guys don't know, maybe some of y'all ain't been in this industry long enough, but I was born into it. And I'm telling you, out of everybody I've ever met, there are only a few like Amber. So, her favorite color is orange. If you're on YouTube, this is doing something for you. If you're listening solely, this might be doing nothing for you. I wrote out my words like a freaking high school counselor. I don't know. I was just like, I want to do this right for you, and I wanted to create something authentically new for your song. She was like, that's so cute. My homegirl, Il Camille, shouts out to Illy, Lamert Park's very own Il Camille. She was there at this particular performance, and she was like, Wyann, did you write did you write that out? Like, damn, that shit look all professional and shit. I'm like, listen. I've been in my edutainer thing. This is like my brain. This is how my brain processes right now. So I wanted to perform this lesson learned for this Douxadiddy with you all, in honor of a real one who helped me get back in front of people and perform again musically, artistically, poetically, when I haven't done that in some years, not for myself. So, lesson learned. What a lesson learned. You have unsuccessfully assessed me. Confirmed. I'ma let you squirm. This a test for me. A testimony of being worth less for me. This a lesson learned. A blessing earned. I'm a usher, confess and let this burn. This a lesson learned. A blessing earned. Every dog has its day. Bitch, this your turn. 'Cause you can't leave me feeling worthless. It ain't in my purpose. I know what's done is done. I'm not the one to poke fun, but you deserve this. This lesson learned. This blessing earned. I'm not the one to poke fun, but nah, you can't have none. It's a lesson, which is a blessing. Sing it now. A lesson. It's a blessing. Sing it with me. It's a lesson. Come on. It's a blessing. Come on now. A lesson. I hope you're singing like literally. It's a blessing. And then I had Amber come back in. So yes, well, she had herself come back in. I'm featured on that, by the way. But yeah. So who knows? We might even get to really record that. But that was just fun to do for that particular event. And if you guys ever end up hearing that song, know you heard it here first. My Patreon subscribers, I'll probably drop that footage in there so you guys will be able to see it. But shit, if we right here, Not Like Us video came out on the 4th as well. On the day that we're recording, my angel Cup of Sue just showed me a clip, Serena at the ESPYs talking about, if there's anything I've learned in 2024, it's that you shouldn't beef with Kendrick Lamar. And from Alondra to Central, I know what niggas bet not do. Speak on Serena. But no, that's just my small nod to Kendrick right there. Let's get into a raise 'em up. You all really enjoyed the impaired giver conversation from last episode. If you're unaware, I do a live kind of seminar version of this podcast on my Instagram every week on Tuesdays. It's called Love Tuesdays. And just this past Tuesday of this week, we ended up discussing how hard it is to love a hero. And a hero is an impaired giver. It's someone who loves at the detriment of themselves. They give, rather, not loves. They give at the detriment of themselves. By creating that maladaptation in any pair, any relationship, people generally feel like dependents when they're in love and in relationship with an impaired giver, such that the most commonly reported feeling they have is guilt within the relationship. That's number 2. And the third feature to impaired giving is the giver, him or herself, or however they identify, ends up in that invariably turning human at some point, because impaired giving is hero shit. And by the time they realize they need help because they're vulnerable and their humanity is showing, no one's there to come and console them when they cry or when they need help, because they've trained everyone around them to not need them or to not give reciprocity to pour back into them. So that by the time they actually need help, the number one feeling reported from the impaired giver in all their relationships is resentment. It's a crazy imbalance, bro, within a relationship trying to love an impaired giver. And we had a we had a really, really dope talk this past Love Tuesdays. Auntie Nisi, my auntie Denise Williams, for people who are grown enough, she sings songs like Let's Hear It for the Boys from the 80s. Silly of me to think that I could ever have you for my God. She sings that. She sings Free. I just gotta be free. So my aunt sings like some amazing stuff. She was in the live that particular day. My aunt, who currently tours with Shalimar, you young people might not know this song, but it's Get Ready, ding 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 tonight. Bing bing gonna make. My auntie, I am Carolyn Griffey, was in the conversation. One of the current touring members of Bone Thugs and Harmony was there, and Amber herself, she was in the conversation. Drummer Boy Blue, who is Ronald Bruner Jr., the drummer that's on most of the To Pimp a Butterfly stuff, brother to Thundercat, just in case you guys didn't know, he was also in there. I don't think he realized that I saw he slipped in the live, but he was definitely in the live. That particular discussion about loving a hero / impaired giver brought us to a dope realization where gentlemen were concerned. And it revolves around their relationship with heartbreak. So I think I'm going to take some real time and delve into that. As well, I'm going to do that for the ladies. I don't know if it'll be exact heartbreak. I have to see when we start prying at that conversation what theme comes up. And then for the ladies, I'm also going to do a discussion specifically just for them. I bring all of this up, though, because that came from the book that I taught from when I was at a college and in my professorship. And it looks like you guys really enjoyed that. So you were curious about one of the other or some of the other myths of love. So the myth that we covered last time was the myth that true love is selfless. That's where the impaired giver comes in. I think the one I want to do today, per my angels, is the third one. No? There was a third one? Let me see. The myth that we fall in and out of love. And next time we'll do the number 2. The myth that we fall in and out of love. Okay, so this book, this textbook, I'm not being paid by these people, so I'm not mentioning their names. However, the idea is it's a husband and wife team that created this particular textbook, and they have their own therapeutic practice. So what I like about this book is they bring in examples from research as well as what they've observed in their particular practice. And the myth that people fall in and out of love is one that I think is pertinent for today, because a lot of folks will, I keep on falling in and out of love. There's songs about it. If I listen to my young loves and all their dating experience, apparently people fall in some form of love, and then the second they fall out, they ghost, which is so corny. I really need to we got to do a deep dive on ghosting. Anyways, never mind. I'm also grown, so it's hard to have the conversation because I sound like I'm talking down at the topic, where really I just want to study it and maybe capture a couple fucking ghosts and ghouls and see why they do what the fuck they do in relationship. But the myth that we fall in and out of love, the myth buster to that is we actually grow in love. It's not a falling in or a falling out. The same way you guys know that I don't know if it's adage or adage. I don't know if somebody was playing with me and told me I was pronouncing it wrong and they were just trying to be pompous and shitty. But I don't know if you've ever heard the adage, the grass is greener on the other side. It's never true that grass is greener on the other side of something. And if you were to ever go, you would know, much like the title of this particular podcast, really, the grass is greener where you water it. If you take care of your grass will be green. It won't matter who else's grass is or isn't green. So when I say we grow in love, that's what these researchers of this book, as well as I've seen in my observations working with a lot of different humans. If you're in it to win it, if you go and give yourself the full experience of being with someone, you can probably make things work. It just takes another piece of information that this book brings up: actions over words. You got to do it. It can't be conversational. A lot of young people, it seems today, and when I say young, I mean young hearts. So young to love. You could be 53, but you've only started taking love seriously a couple years back. You're young. And then you can have a person who is 28 who has been taking relationship seriously since they were 20 or younger than that, because they came from generations of love and marriage, and they've always sought after that as something that they wanted. What I mean to say is, when you have action, scaffolding and supporting what you talk about in love, your walk in love becomes a practice, not a pontification. In today's society, we have more sophomores than we've probably ever had in life. Sophomore is a conundrum. It's a juxtaposition. Soft comes from sophisticated. More comes from moron. So when you hear the word sophomore, it's an in-between stage. You're not a freshman. You're not an upperclassman. You're a sophisticated moron. You're smart enough to know some things and dumb enough not to know a lot, right? So a lot of us in real life, a lot of us have sophomoric approaches to love. Everybody is brilliant. We're all so fucking smart. People go to school, they get degrees. You have kids before you have love, and learn love as a byproduct of being a parent. We learn love accidentally. We fall into learning love because we're isolated or backs against the wall, put in situations where we got to love our way out. That doesn't account for being in actual experiential communication and community with another person or other beings, right? So some people fall into community because you're born into a big family. You've always gone to church or mass. You join a football team, and then you have to get along with everybody that's on your team. You don't care to, but you fall in to a situation where it's like, all right. You know, you feel the tingle in your body, so you go start having sex, and boom, you become a parent before you ever plan to. And now you're in real time learning how to practice showing up consistently for a human that is not yourself. And you end up learning that you love that person. But then it's one of the only people that you ever learn to love, or that ever loves you. In these cases, what I need you to know is you can be so smart at the small amount of love that you do experience and know. You can be so brilliant in those spaces. You can have all the degrees that you've ever earned in all the subjects. And talking about love, much like talking about life, gets you zero results in it. If you don't believe me, talk to a person who has a PhD in physical health, who never practiced or practices physical health. They won't walk it like they talk it. They will know every protein versus carb. They'll know how many calories within a gram, what foods you should and shouldn't do, what exercises work the trapezoids versus the trapezius whatever the fuck that is. You know, people will know all this stuff and literally be the unhealthiest, out of shapiest Homo sapiens that you've ever met. So what is all of your knowledge if it's not put into practice? Love is the exact same way. What's all your knowledge about money if you never have enough because you mismanage it when you get it? I know you know what to do with it, but you have no impulse control or no discipline, or you have no, you lack the vulnerability to allow a partner to help you manage. You know how many rich people need their CPAs, need their accountants and folks like that? How many husbands need their wives and wives need their husbands just to keep an eye on the finances because that's the area that another person is better at than them? Like, that invulnerability can cost, literally the word cost, you everything. So you want to start learning that if you want love, it's not about finding the perfect person so that you can fall in love. There is no perfect person. Knock it the heck off, right? There was a, who sent this to my Auntie Pat? My Auntie Pat, for everyone in Love Tuesdays, you've seen Auntie Pat. You know she lives next door. She's a riot. Whoever has been at Love Lounge Live, you've been around Auntie Pat. My Aunt Pat sends me something because now she learns how to DM. So I'm about to get all the reels in the fucking world. So she sends a woman speaking, and the woman is talking about there was a husband store. There were 6 floors to the husband store. And you can go up, but you can't go down in levels of husbands. And so woman goes into the husband store, first floor. These are all men with jobs. She's like, ooh, that's good. Let me just venture off. Let me see what's on floor 2 of husband store. These are men with jobs who are great at commitment. Ooh, I love that. Let's go up one. These are men with jobs. Is 3rd floor. Men with jobs who love commitment and they want beautiful families. They want to take care of a family. They want to be present for a family. Oh shit. If that's what's on level 3, I need to go up to level 4. These are men with jobs and commitment and love families, and they want to make love to you all day. And they just study the body. And they're, oh, this is floor 4. Oh shit. You know, so then you go up to floor 5. Because, I mean, shit. Got a job. Good at commitment. Wants kids. Fuck you all day. I think this was a pastor, so she probably didn't say the fuck you all day part. But there was a 5th floor, and I can't remember what it was. He's committed to keeping himself looking good and investments and has a lot of money. I'm making the most positive thing up. Woman get to the 5th floor, and it's like, I have to see what's on the 6th floor. If this is the 5th, I have to see what's on the 6th floor. Woman gets to the 6th floor, and the joke says, you are 3,400,020th resident here. This floor has no men on it, and it solely exists to show women that you'll never satisfied. You're never satisfied. And it's a hilarious joke because I think it was a women's conference that this female pastor, I know her name too. It's just not coming to me, but short hair, pantsuit, not Hillary Clinton. But the idea is it was a hilarious construction, but when you think about it, it's kind of like, oops, that's kind of what we do, ain't it? And gentlemen, we could do the same thing for you. It's just about, is she hot and is she crazy? It's the hot and crazy matrix. Some of you guys have seen this on YouTube, so I'm not going to go through with it. But wrapping up that raise 'em up, falling in and out of love is a myth. We grow into love, and anything that we spend time with and continue to invest in, whether it's a bank account, whether it's watering a lawn, what you continually show up for and invest in will grow. And love and relationship is the exact same way. Actions over words. Just remember, real love comes down to actions over words. And if you're doing it for another person and have yet to do that same action, same level of commitment, growth for yourself, then you need to start listing on your resume that you are a professional actor because you're playing a role. If you are willing to do for a partner what you have yet to do for yourself, you are a charlatan. It is fake. More accurately, you are fake. Practicing in fakeness, dealing in fakeness. And I don't think any of us wake up and decide to be, you know what, I want to be a fake nigga today. That's usually just not how life goes. So if you want to practice being authentic, what you do for others, you have to implement first to and for yourself. If you want love like you think you want love. And that's going to conclude that raise 'em up. We're going to get into the Wyann's words of wisdom. This happens at the end of every episode. And very, very memorable words that I came up with some years ago. The Wyann's words of wisdom today is, don't let feelings fuck up the facts. In case you missed that, the Wyann's words of wisdom for the day is, don't let feelings fuck up the facts. All right. In real life, y'all, what you're going to learn as you go to know, some of the contrast, I'll call it, some of the challenges, difficulties, pain, suffering, contrast that you experience in life is the exact thing that's going to birth the version of you that is ready to live all of your dreams. Doesn't feel like it now. Doesn't seem like it now. In the same way, every time you go to work out, you are actually breaking your muscles in order for them to build back bigger, better, and stronger. In life, as you are continuing to pursue where you're going and how you're becoming, you're going through the fire. You're going through trials and tribulations. You're going through some shit, right? Right. So here's what I'm here to tell you. If we called that the problems in life, I think there's a lot of conversation about how we get up every day, get it done, pursue, push forward, make sure that we show up for the fight in order to see another day and fight some more and continue to go strike at life to hopefully hit the home run. What happens when you hit that home run, though? What happens when all of the training, all the practice, all of the work ethic results in capturing your dream? You've been in Pop Warner since you were 4, and now you're in the league, the NFL. You've been in the NFL, and now you are in the Hall of Fame. You have more money than you can ever spend. You are the HNIC. If you know what it means, you know what it means. You're her, you're him, you're they. Whatever you look at yourself as, you've arrived. So my question to you is, when you've spent your entire life becoming, how do you relax into enjoying what you've worked so hard for? How do you be? Who do you be? And I guess in this Wyann's words of wisdom, I'm kind of low-key leaving you with a question, because that's probably what you're going to have to figure out for the rest of your days. I know some of our loves have a love-hate relationship with this question that kind of ever so often comes up in love culture conversations, which is, in relationship, romantic relationship, do you hope for the worst, or do you plan for the best? And stated opposite day, do you plan for the worst, or do you hope for the best? They're both very similar, by the way. I know it's rarer that someone would create an action plan for all of the Sharknadoes to happen in the world, right? Very rarely that we would plan for the worst. But what I need you to know is, if you aren't focusing your life towards the best, then that failure to plan for the best is a plan to fail. Say it again. The failure to plan for the best is an A+ plan to reach your worst. It's right there. Proof is in the pudding. You've heard people say, a failure to plan on your part doesn't constitute an emergency on mine. That's another saying, another adage. And I hear that because in a lot of life, we plan and we go through and have a lot of conversation about think about all of the podcast topics all over social media that are talking about the worst case scenarios in relationship. This person cheated. That person betrayed me. This person wasn't. That person isn't. This ended up not being my child. You didn't not know, lack, absence of value, right? And people, go to the comment section, one of the craziest, wildest places no zoo could touch, comment sections. Go look in these comment sections and you will see celebrities, regular people, educated people, fat people, brilliant people, cute people, sexy people, ugly people, whoever people, different abilities, however they look, wherever they come from. You will see people engaging with this content. It's one of the reasons why it gets promoted without having to pay money on an explore page. The negativity and the contrast and the challenge is low vibrating enough that everybody can identify with it. Okay? And because everybody can identify with not having something go the right way, people see a piece of content or a story in the news, even, goodness, if you pollute yourself with the politics and all of what's going on in those worlds, you will see that people, oh, well, I don't think this, and that person ain't that, and you've never done nothing for these people, and we're not. There's a whole lot of engagement. A lot of people will stay tuned to be continuously shocked by depression, anxiety, and negativity because it keeps them talking, right? And what you'll have to notice, ladies and gentlemen, is at some point, if that's all you consume in a day, if that's all you're watching, if it's all you're around, and you never make the plan for love, like we talked about in the Raise 'em Up, if you're not making a plan in love, I don't know, I want to date people, I go out to places where more people are. I want to find people who have interests like I do. You have to change up something about your everyday. Change is a challenge for a lot of people. Change is a challenge for almost all people. Once we find a groove, our system is set to homeostasis or balance. Anytime that balance is knocked off, it stresses a system. Whether it's your immune system, whether it's your body system, whether it's your social system, wherever it is, however it is. The second you look to change, even for the positive, it causes stress. So most folks will walk around life sifting through different pieces of data, all within the problem. So I ask you again, what happens when you've been working your tail off, putting in the work, you wanted to reach your target weight, and now you got it? What happens now? What changes? Did your bank account change? Did your taxes change? Did your socioeconomic strata change? Who do you identify as now if all of your life's work had been to reach that goal? And then you reach it. Perfect. Congratulations. Now what? Have you practiced how it would be if you got your wildest dreams? My answer for a lot of people, because I have the privilege of serving a lot of different folks, is absolutely not. There is no practice. Have you had a lot of practice? No. You haven't had a lot of practice looking at, what if everything goes right? What if I put out that album and it goes platinum? What if I shoot my shot and she says, I've been waiting for you to send me a message? What if things go right? You have the exact same amount of chances of things going right as you do of them going wrong. So why are you more attracted to the dark side? Why are you more attracted to things not being as you would have designed them? What happens when you're no longer the person with the problem? And now you're in your solution. Have you ever had practice just being? And that's where I'll leave you for this Wyann's words of wisdom. And I want you to know the feelings of being agitated and engaged and conflicting and all of these things that make you think that you're experiencing what you might call a lit life don't align with the facts. The facts of life are you strive towards three things in life usually: health, wealth, and love. Almost every desire of any human in life, when it's boiled down, comes back to health, wealth, and love. Most of us get two and forever search for the third. That's just what I've personally observed. I could be wrong. However, when we're in our pursuance of our wildest dreams, we can get so emotionally caught up with the variables of the problem that we stop focusing on the fact that our purpose states we are going towards health. We are going towards wealth. We are going towards love and being well. I've heard people tell me that being in a peaceful, loving relationship is too boring. Once they find good looking, well hung, money, awesome dude that they've been searching for, 6 figures, everything that Kevin Samuels told you to look for, respect, you get him, and all of a sudden you're bored. You're bored because your system is so ready for the next agitated, anxiety-stricken, depressing, gaslit, love bombing thing. That's the practice that you've had, and you think that's love, and that's not a fact. It doesn't work like that. Value in life doesn't work like that. So as you're designing the things that you think you want for yourself, again, I'll leave you with this question. Are you, as you want healing and relief, are you ready to become already right now today the person you think you want to be, even while you're still experiencing the challenges of life? If you're willing to connect to your goal, your dream you, even while the problem is still present, what I can guarantee you as a fact is it won't feel good, but it will draw you closer and nearer to every goal you've ever devised for yourself. And that's why you never let the feeling fuck up the facts. And before I get up and motherfucking go, I clap so loud I hurt my ear. That was a short one. Damn, I said swap, bam. My shit said, whoa. Okay, so my bad. All right, so pay your dues, the portion of the pod where I shout out dope ass businesses, people, creatives, and just folks that I think my listenership, my love culture should know about and support. Number one, forever and always, Hair by Quista, HAIRBYQUISTA, my one and only hair lady in Los Angeles, who helped me grow out all this amazing, beautiful crop. If you are on YouTube, all of this touching on my little 4 ponytails is doing a lot for you. If you are listening, this is doing nothing. I love the do more than you knew at ILOVETHEDOUX. My cousin Maya Smith, head MC, master of curl, and founder and creator of the Do products. She and her husband, my cousin Brian Smith, Maya Smith, Brian Smith, together, I Love the Do at ILOVETHEDOUX is a Black owned, it is a woman owned, it is a veteran owned company that you can find all across America in your Targets and your Amazons and your Walmarts and your CVS's and other places, because this product is exceptional for all hair types. And today, to get this look, I washed with the press play thermal system. And let me see, I washed with that. It was press, rewind, and fast forward. That's the shampoo and the conditioner. The swoop up, everyone from Los Angeles, I did not say what you think I said. I said the swoop up. Don't worry about the other thing you thought I said. The swoop up comes from her Edge Control, from her B-Girl line. Susie, do you know what that one is called? The one for the that got my edges with, from the B-Girl line. I had it in my head and it just went away from me, so don't even worry about it. And then the Dewdrops is what has it looking nice and shiny, and also gives hydration to my hair as an anti-humectant. I enjoy her line of business. Number 2, if I think about it, because it's gonna come to me, and when it comes, I'll tell you guys. Because all of the yes, baby. Push it real good. Bing, 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 yank, yank, yank. Okay. So and pepper. Sorry. Push it it was like the integral piece, because all of the hairs are in place, except for this one hair that doesn't want to stay behind my right ear right here. So if you see little alfalfa poking out, just, I don't know, wave to it. Number 2, Amber.Jeanne. My girl Amber Jean has a new group called at Cat Pack. These names, of course, all of these handles are on Instagram, and Cat Pack is her new group, but I'm sure the name Cat Pack was probably already taken, so they just wrote it twice on Instagram. Cat Pack spelled correctly. Look my girl up and support all of her new endeavors, as I will continue to support her and she continues to support me. Shout out Il Camille just for the hell of it, because she was there at that gig and I love her. At ILL Camille, CAMILLE, Il Camille, all together. She's an incredible person on and offline. Number 3, I got done watching this comedian. He has a series on YouTube of comedy specials called Domino Effect. And part 4 just came out at the top of this year. This gentleman's name is Ali Siddiq, at ALISIDDIQ. Not Sadiq like Raphael Sadiq. It's Siddiq. ALISIDDIQ. Dude, Ali Siddiq is a comedian because that's what we call people who make us laugh. And they're on a stage by themselves. But I have to let you know, the Domino Effect series 1 through 4 is not just comedy, stand-up comedy. It's almost, and I'm talking as a therapeutic edutainer, so this is like narration therapy that happens to function for the purpose of informing, but also making us laugh. I commented on his part 4 today on YouTube and said, you're like the social worker of comedians. I think Dave Chappelle is like the Harvard professor of comedians. But I think Ali Siddiq is the social worker for prison reform of comedians. If you have never encountered his work, I'm not going to spoil a motherfucking thing for you. He's incredible. His story is incredible, and you'll learn it when you listen to Domino Effect 1 through 4. Please keep doing what you're doing, Ali. Stay encouraged, and thank you for your amazing art that you share with us on social media and YouTube. Number 4 for Pay Your Dues, Iman Europe, Inglewood's very own IMAN Europe, like the country. The country, what? The continent. What just happened right now? It's late. Yeah, for sure. It's late. But don't worry about Iman Europe in Inglewood, California, because this amazing artist, by the way, I actually learned Iman Europe through Il Camille's work. They had a collaboration, a song I used to play all the time on AMP, and it was called Me. And it's an incredible song. They both got the fuck off. And she's like a singer, rapper. Like, I don't know. I can't put her in a box. And she's gorgeous. I don't know if you guys have seen her page at Iman Europe. But she tweeted something. And she was talking about her endeavors as a cycle instructor. So you know how they have like Soul Cycle and stuff? She has something called Burn Cycling, all spelled correctly, put together on Instagram. Burn Cycling. And she teaches there. She makes up the routines and she helps people get their health together right there in Inglewood, California. That's fucking stellar for this amazing artist who also has this heart for helping people in their health. I think that's dope. I would love to support her. But she wrote something on Twitter and she said, just one like, just one retweet, you never know where it can go. And Il Camille is who retweeted it. That's why it was on my feed, because I don't follow her. And I was like, absolutely. I'm not only going to like this, I'm going to make sure that I use my power, my platform, which is my part of my power, to inform other people who might not know about it. So I hope that in my small way, I'm doing something good for that beautiful woman as well. I've never met Iman Europe. Again, I love her music and she's very pretty, but that's all I know about her. And last but never least, I want to big up the Raise It Up Y platform at RAISEITUPWY, and all the love say rockets up on these. Oh, whoa, whoa, you now. So there's a couple things that we've been doing lately. Lightworks, LYGHT works, because it's when Y gets all up in your light. And we work with it. Talk to me nice if you talk to me ever. So we get these light works off, and we've done 2 rounds of them this year, a spring and a summer round. We're currently about to start the final week, the last 2 sessions of this current round, and we've been calling this the Summer of Love. And so we're gonna delve into a different trait, or rather a different pillar of love. This series was trust. The conversations and the peer mentorship that has happened from these conversations about trust are eye-opening, jaw-dropping, inspiring, a bunch. It's a bunch. This week was a good work week. We worked really well, especially on Monday. And I'm going to put right here that the spoiler alert for next round of light work, the spoiler alert, we are going to be delving into value. We're going to be delving into value. Here we're learning about trust and being a part of love culture. I don't know that you get to love without trust. Do you? Do you love anybody that you don't trust? Maybe you can love somebody that you don't trust. Do you love somebody? Do you love? I was going to say, can you? And I think anything can be possible. So I don't want can. Do you love anyone that you don't trust? Maybe. I don't know how closely I keep them with me. You get me? Yeah, it's long distance. It's a long distance love affair that happens. Anybody that I don't trust, even if I love them, they can't be near me, right? There's a distance, a long distance plan that comes with that type of love. And yeah, maybe I'll only see you once in a blue moon. I only know you in this setting, like maybe at work, or maybe at that gym, or maybe, I can see that studio, or, whatever it is. I can totally see that. I want to look at the word value, because now my question becomes, can you love a person that you don't value? And I don't know the answer to that. I've been racking my brain. I've been talking about this with TJ and other members of Love Culture, but I don't know that you get to love without valuing a person. So it's where we're going next. And this is going to be a very, very eye-opening round of light work that comes next in this summer of love, because I got to let you know, there's a lot of stuff that we think we intrinsically or innately do where love and relationship is concerned. And when you start to really pry at it and poke at it, and you open that topic up within yourself, what you'll see is that file is damn near empty. You haven't invested a lot of thought, time, or again, like we learned from the Raise 'em Up, action behind that word trust, behind that word value. So I'm excited to see what ends up happening when we crack that egg open, because I think it's gonna get cracking. Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Onet said she will be there. Onet Ashanafi Veligakis will be there. All right. Wait, Zelike. I forgot that one. I said all the other ones. Oh no, Ashanafi Veligakis. Yeah, Zelike. I got it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait, I brought up I am TJ Wilkins. This is a bonus. Pay your dues. New music. New music. Oh yes, from the I am TJ Wilkins, the man of the Love Lounge. If you've been around long enough to know what that means. Let the Cool Come Off. I got to pick the single, so that's the reason that we've been jamming to it for about a couple of weeks. By the time you hear this, but please. Request Let the Cool Come Off by TJ Wilkins at your local radios, your college radio stations, when you are DJing somewhere, when you have the aux cord or the playlist that you're making up. T.J. Wilkins. There is another TJ Wilkins who is a gospel singer. I learned they are cousins because, Susie, at first, when TJ's music kept not going to him, he kept not getting credit for it. It was getting uploaded and going to the TJ with no dots, TJ Wilkins, as a gospel singer. And it was getting messed up on DSPs and all this different stuff. And I was like, yo, who the fuck is this? So Wyann, coming in with guns blazing, asking zero questions, I started saying, yeah, and whoever the fuck this did. So go to church with TJ once, and it's like, oh my God, yeah, this is my cousin TJ Wilkins. You know, there's a gospel singer, TJ Wilkins, so our stuff gets messed up a lot. And I'm sitting there like, oh God, my bad. So Let the Cool Come Off by T.J. Wilkins. Request it, stream it, play it, buy it, own it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so thankful that you have spent this non-refundable time and energy with me today. I never, ever take it or y'all for granted. As you can see, is my beautiful my beautiful team puts this amazing backdrop set for us together as I put on all the makeup that I can find in my purse and put it on and be the beautiful braless woman that I've been for you this whole episode. I just want you guys to know that you are second to none. I absolutely love each and every one of you. And as always, stay real. A Boonchild, yeah, 113, know what I mean, and on the one.
Raise it up, why? Raise